Welcome to Not Specific. My name is Sarah Febbraro, and this is a talk show. I've been in this space for the last week and a half, and I've been meeting people from Rogers Park while I've been hanging out here. So I'm going to be interviewing a couple people, and there's going to be some neighborhood talent, some music sets. So thank you for coming. There's also going to be another talk show next Thursday. But I'd like to introduce my first guest. She's an amazing woman, let me tell you. And her name is Jan Pappas. Welcome, Jan. Okay, so basically I met Jan. She walked right into the space and she was like, what's going on here? I just started doing art. Are you doing drawing workshops? And all I know about her so far is that she loves cats and that she's started doing art since she retired. So Jan, tell us where you do your art and how that started.
Well, I go up to the Weaving Art Center. It's a big building up there. They have classes there for all kinds of art. And, they have studios there. If you're an artist, you can rent out the studio. And so that's how I started up there. I've been going there for about a year now.
Okay. And what type of art are you doing there?
Oh, right now I'm doing abstracts. I don't know where it came from, but it just all of a sudden started coming out of me that way. I've been doing cats, abstract.
So what would be like an abstract cat?
Oh, they're not very real, but they are real, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They look like cats, but they're not.
They sound, are they kind of psychedelic a little bit?
No, but they're very bright.
When did you retire, actually?
About 6 years ago.
Okay, and what did you retire from?
I worked at Northwestern Memorial Hospital for 40 years.
And what did you do there?
I did brainwave tests and evoked potentials.
And you also told me earlier that you were in the Army?
Yeah.
And so what did you do in the Army?
Well, I went into the Army right out of high school to get the GI Bill.
Okay. So you were saying that you're anti-guns. So what was it like in the Army? Like, what are you thinking right now about them? I know we said we wouldn't get into politics, but because you were like, I won't be able to stop talking, but I want to know, like, if you've been in the Army, now being the age you're at, like, what you think of guns in the United States and also...
Well, I don't believe in having guns in the house. I know, we said before that there is a basic law in the Constitution that gives us the right to bear arms, but I think it is a epidemic in the United States now with people having guns and using them the wrong way. So I think we need to get rid of the guns out of people's hands.
And do you think that will happen?
No.
So do you think do you walk around thinking the average person in the U.S. has a gun? Because I'm from Canada, and I guess that the stereotype is that most Americans have guns. So I often think about people having giant guns in their...
They have them to protect themselves because there's crime out there. I mean, look what's happening on the south side.
Yeah. But well, I actually met a guy while I was doing my residency here, and he was like a huge guy that was in the Navy. He was the biggest guy I'd ever seen, and I was like, why do you need a gun? And he just said, well, it's my right. It's my right to have my constitutional right to have a gun. And I'm like, but nobody's going to come near you. You're huge, and And it was just more about him using his rights. So in a way, I find that it's the people like you and me don't have guns.
But
and
we can't defend ourselves. When I was in the Army, I learned a few things in the Army, how to defend myself. But who knows it? I could do that now.
So what are some of those defense moves? Can you pass them along?
Sure. No. Well, it's just kind of like a karate type thing, or just how to flip somebody and stuff like that.
So have you ever used it? These
No, I've never had to use it.
Never
and
had
I hope I never have to.
So how many cats do you have? I've imagined...
I really don't want to say.
Are you? Yeah, I can imagine hundreds.
I'm not what you call a hoarder. I mean, you've seen people on Animal Planet, that they have 80, 40, or whatever kitties, but I just...
You love cats.
No, I love cats. I think the powers that be gave me cats to care for in this life because they're easy to take care of.
Yeah.
I'm an animal rights person, and
I
would defend any animal more than I would probably a human being.
Really? Yeah. Do you take cats off the street? Like, do you see cats that are stray and you take care of them?
That's why I had a second job. house, and that he was his basement. At one time I had 20 of them there, and I won't tell you how many.
Because you're a nurse too, so were you really? So were you able to treat them? Were you able to take care of them?
I've learned quite a few things to do, but when something serious would happen to them, of course I take them to the vet.
So would you be a veterinarian in another life?
I wanted to be.
What happened?
I don't know. We just never had the money.
Yeah.
And at that time, women were not being accepted into vet school unless we were exceptional.
So I only have one cat that's very obese, who's 14 years old. And do you have any advice on how to keep her happy? Because she seems very depressed.
So you got to get another kitty to keep her happy.
But I'm allergic to cats. So when I'm around her, I get very swollen and puffy, but I love her, but I just am worried she's going to die any minute, and I can't.
And the doctor for something for allergies.
Yeah?
I mean,
I think I should get two in a small. I feel like I won't be able to breathe.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but it's so.
They need company,
But they need, they do. You could see a big change in them. If
really?
you bring another kitty into the house and they get along, she'll probably just run all over, she'll play, she'll do all kinds of things.
So at 14, should I prepare for her?
Well, now, 14, you might have a hard time.
And she's obese, she's really obese.
Now, do you keep food down for her all the time?
I give her a cup a day. But you know what? A couple summers I left her with neighbors, and I think they fed her all kinds of great things. So she's huge. I put her on diet food. You know what? I don't play with her very often. I more cuddle with her.
That's another thing that she's not getting exercise.
Did she change her habits though at 14? Do you think?
There's a lot of things you could do to help her do that, but at that point in time, I don't even know if she would accept another cat.
Oh no, she's very fierce.
So she's 14. That's she's set in her ways, just like we all did.
Are you set in your ways?
Well, yeah.
You're very open. You're so open. You were very open to doing this interview. So Jan, thanks so much for talking to me. Is there any advice you want to give me in terms of, or the audience? Anything you want to say?
I'll tell you one thing is when you're working and you have a good job, always pay yourself first before you pay out any bills for anything.
Really?
Even if it's just $1 or $5. Put it in the bank and let it sit there.
Don't touch it.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great advice.
Yeah.
So you're going to do that.
You got to pay yourself first.
Great. Okay, thanks so much, Jan. Okay, give us